Malachi chapter 1 verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. And that's another one of those scriptures letting you know that the Lord is only talking to the children of Israel. Matter of fact, while we're out here, the Lord is using us. Actually, all the time, the Lord is using us to speak his word unto you children of Israel. And whether you hear it or not, you're going to know that a prophet was among you when he starts sending this instruction unto you. Malachi chapter 1 verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, says the Lord. Yet you say, where hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Says the Lord, yet I love Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains to waste, his mountains and his heritage to waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So that's the Lord saying that he loves the children of Israel. He don't love the Edomites or these other nations. And he's about to get ready to destroy them. A matter of fact, he's sending his men to tell you to wake up before it's too late. Because he's going to bring down a great destruction on America, which is also known as Babylon in the Bible. And contrary to public opinion, God don't love everybody. And he's about to get ready to destroy a lot of people. And if you don't trust in the Lord, you're going to end up trusting in the devil, which is Esau, the Edomite. That's who you're going to trust in. And guess what? It's going to lead to your utter destruction. Psalm chapter 83 verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace, be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. There it is again. It says thine enemies. So you children of Israel actually have enemies. And in Psalm 83, it's going to tell you. As I read down, it's going to tell you who your enemies are. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. And that's one thing that they did. And that was a prophecy in Jeremiah, the 17th chapter also. They have said it. Your enemies said it. So who are your enemies? But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. They have agreed together with one agreement. They are all confederate against our people, the children of Israel. Anybody of Negro, Indian, or Latino descent on that tribe. The tabernacles of Edom, which is the so-called white man, they first on the list. They are your enemies. And the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, because a lot of you Negroes like to be Muslim, which is a so-called Arab religion, which is bullshit anyway. Forget those Arabs. They ain't nobody. They are your enemies. And of Moab and the Hagarenes. Moab, the so-called Chinese people. The Hagarenes is another tribe of Africa. So they are your enemies. So these groups, the ones you call Chinese people, are not your friends. They are also your enemies, according to the Bible. The Baal and Ammon, and Amalek, and the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. That's talking about the Japanese, some more of the Africans, the fake Jews, the ones that call themselves Jews. Those are the Because the real Jews, according to the Bible, are the so-called Negroes. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. So basically, the Bible is telling you that all these other heathenistic nations are your enemies. They're not your friends. And the one you call the so-called white man is the tabernacles of Edom, which is the devil himself. Speaking of the devil right there. America is about to be destroyed, and that's good for America. But Esau don't like to look up to the horrors and atrocities that he done. But the Lord is going to make him pay for it by killing him and his kids. And destroying his land and putting them into slavery under our people. In other words, 6 days a week, we're going to be kicking so-called white people's ass in the kingdom of heaven. And still, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Latino people, y'all still fall for the same bullshit that the so-called white man been saying since he took you out of hard bondage. Talking about God loves everybody. We should all get along. That's what Esau say when he don't want you to when he don't want to be judged for his sins. He says everybody did it. Everybody didn't do this. Everybody didn't hand out people from polls and take postcards of it, pointing and smiling about it. Even the so-called white woman is in these postcards that they smiling about. You Negro men and you Negro women want to be hand in hand with these crackers though. Even though they done destroyed your people and took away your heritage. But y'all still want to be friends with these Edomites. Y'all Negroes, y'all Israelites, you Jasons gonna know. Because the so-called white man is about to come on you with that destruction. Actually, the Lord is coming with that destruction, and he's gonna use the Edomites to bring it to you. And that way you gonna know that the Edomites is the devil. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. And that's the so-called white man. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. In other words, he's going to want to torture your ass before he kill you. And ain't that America's motto? You can't get the truth unless you torture. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. And that's one of the so-called white people's M.O. They'll act like they your friend till the end, but they the ones who, let's say you go into jail. They'll act like they your friend to the end. But they're the ones who snitched on you. That's the M.O. of the so-called white man. They'll smile and be like, I'm going to help you all the way. But they're the ones who sent you there. if you in trouble, they're going to be the first ones there. Like, damn, I knew that was going to happen. I told them. Like they ain't done shit. That's how the so-called white man is. That's one of the so-called white man's MOs. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. And that's what the so-called white man does. Like when O.J. Simpson, when O.J. Simpson got off, he was weeping. But when he finally went to jail on some bullshit, then he was clapping his hands. And as far as whispering much, we already know these devils are scaredy cats. They'll call you a nigger behind closed doors, but they won't say none of that in front of your face. That's the so-called white man. That's one of his MOs. Because they're going to be missing their fucking teeth. Right. Because they already know they're going to be missing a tooth or two. But that's Esau's MO. To smile in your face and stab you in the back. Yet, you Negroes, West Indians, and Latinos trust them. That's why when they put this martial law on y'all people, then y'all gonna know who the devil is. Y'all gonna want to call on the name of the Lord in that day, but it's gonna be too late. When Esau's putting a foot in y'all behind, then y'all gonna want to know who the Lord is. But right now, y'all taking little heed to what's going on. Even though the Lord got us out here screaming on you people, y'all ain't taking no heed to the Lord's word. Y'all don't want to hear what the Lord got to say to you. So in that day, when the Lord started destroying y'all, he ain't gonna hear you either. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 20. Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the street. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long will you simple ones love simplicity, and discordant delight in their discording, and fools hate knowledge? And that's the Lord saying where his